You can also create a multi-level list. In a new document, click Multi-Level List and choose a list style from the list library. Let's look at an example with 2 levels to understand multi-level lists. To begin creating the list, type the first level text. To go to the next numbered item in the first level, simply press the Enter key from the keyboard. If you wish to make this list item a part of the second level of your list, press the Tab key. You can see that the second level numbering appears. Now, you can continue typing in your list item. Now press Enter once again. Since the last item was at the second level, this list item will also be at the second level. Finish typing all the points you need to at this level of the list. To create another list item at the first level, you will need to press the Enter key twice. You can see that you have been taken back to the first level, numbering and indentation. Any more list items that you add by pressing the Enter key will remain at this first level. And to go back to the second level, you will again need to press the Tab key. In this way, you can continue to add other bulleted text and create your complete list. You can also define a new list style using Define New List Style. This works the same way as the Define New Bullet feature. To add numbering to existing paragraphs and subparagraphs, select them and click Multi-Level List. Indentation is the distance of a paragraph from the page margin. You can increase and decrease the indentation of a paragraph or a group of paragraphs. Select a paragraph or multiple paragraphs and click Increase Indent or Decrease Indent. You can also create a multi-level list by increasing indent. Select a bulleted or numbered paragraph and then click Increase Indent to make it a sub-level of the list. To bring the paragraph back as an item of the main list, click Decrease Indent. Shading is used to shade the background behind the selected text to create visual interest or to add emphasis. Select the text and then click the arrow next to shading. Under Theme Colors, click on the color that you want to use for shading. Note that the standard color does not change when you change the theme color of a document. To use a color that is not a theme color, you can choose from the colors under Standard Colors. To choose a specific shade, you can click on More Colors from the menu. To specify a color of your choice, you can enter a value for red, green, and blue under the Customs tab in the Colors dialog box. You can also use Highlight to shade words or paragraphs, but it offers limited colors in comparison to shading. Remember that shading is also used to shade the cells of a table to make them stand out in a document. Borders can be added around a word, line, or paragraph to create attractive frames. Borders are also added around the table and its cells. To create a new border style, select Borders and Shading. Under the Borders tab, specify the setting, style, color, and width. To add a border around the text, make sure to select Text from Apply to box. Click OK. Select the text and click Borders. To choose a specific border type, click the down arrow next to Borders. First, select the top border option and then select the bottom border option. You can anytime remove the border by selecting the text and then choosing the No Border option. Word has an option that can help you sort all the list items in a single level list. You can sort them so that the text appears in ascending A to Z or descending Z to A alphabetical order. To make use of this feature, select the list and click Sort. In the Sort Text dialog box, select Paragraphs under Sort By. Select the type to be sorted. Here, select Text. Choose Ascending. Click OK. Sorting can also be applied to different columns of a table. Finally, we will have a look at the Paragraph dialog box. It has two tabs, Indents and Spacing, and Line and Page Breaks. To make precise changes to indents and spacing, use the Indents and Spacing tab. Select a paragraph or a group of paragraphs that you want to adjust and click the paragraph icon to launch the dialog box. Now, click the Indents and Spacing tab. Specify the indentation and spacing settings and then choose OK. You can also specify the general settings if required. Use this checkbox if you do not want to add space between paragraphs of the same style. If you want to save this as your default setting, use Set as Default. You can set tabs by using the Tabs dialog box. By using the Tabs dialog box, you get more precise tab positions and also can insert a specific character before the tab. Such characters are called leaders. Click Tabs to open the Tabs dialog box. Here, you can set the tab stop position, alignment, and leader. Use Set to accept the settings. To clear a single tab stop or all tab stops, use Clear or Clear All. The Line and Page Breaks tab has different pagination options, formatting exceptions, and text box options. Use the relevant checkbox based on your requirement. This is all about the paragraph group.